Hi guys, welcome back to Determined to Praise. So like I mentioned in my last video, for this month I really wanted to honor those mothers who may have lost a child, maybe having a hard time conceiving, stillbirth, miscarriages, you name it. I really wanted to honor them and let them know that they still matter and they are important on this month, because we take so much time to honor, you know, us mothers who, you know, have babies and everything, but we still need to honor those other mothers because there are still mothers in the world. So I have a couple people doing testimonies, and first I have my friend Tiana here. I know you guys must recognize her face because she was here doing the Q&As with the kids last month, and I appreciate her for that. But today I brought her in so that she can share her testimony of what she's endured with birth and having a son, and you know how she may feel on Mother's Day. So I have the floor.
Okay. So obviously she said that I am a mother who lost a child. So I'm not really going to get into the specifics of how he passed and all that, because the majority of the story I want to do the after effect, because I feel like not a lot of people shed light on, you know, once your baby passes away, once you lose a child, what's next for you. So I'm just going to kind of dive into that. So my son passed away February, and I didn't get to celebrate Mother's Day with him. So that was already in itself pretty hard, because Mother's Day is what? After February. It's like 3 months.
Like 3 months.
3 months after February.
3 months.
So like everything, I was still going through grief. I was still, you know, going through the motions and like trying to figure out what the next step was for me. But Mother's Day that year was very hard. Every Mother's Day is hard because, like I had already told you earlier, don't want to cry, but like sometimes I don't feel like I'm out, and I feel like I'm not, you know, worthy or like special enough to even celebrate Mother's Day, because I never had that time with my son. So every Mother's Day is hard, but I can say it do get better each Mother's Day, especially when you surround yourself around the people that care about you, your family and your friends. But that Mother's Day just seemed like the worst Mother's Day. Like I said, because I was still dealing with, you know, the emotion of my son not being here. I was going through emotional pain, physical pain, because I was also breastfeeding. So it was just a lot of pain going around. Like I felt pain for all three, because you know it's the mental, emotional, and the physical, and I was going through all three at the time. So I went to church, and I remember sitting there, and at our church, they give out single roses for the single moms and all that blah blah blah. So it was in like that little ceremony thing, and I was just sitting there and I'm just like, you know, looking down, looking around, like trying to make myself not feel noticed. And then I remember Pastor, she she called my name over the microphone, and she was like, don't you ever, which was stupid of me because I had a shirt that said Mom of an Angel, so I didn't know I was gonna get called out, but whatever. So I just didn't get up. And she called me out. She was like, no, you're a mom and you're gonna come up and get your rose because, you know, you went through a lot and all that blah blah blah. So, but even though other people recognize you, you yourself don't feel worthy, because I only had my son for 5 months. So I feel like I didn't have to make like those tough motherly decisions. I didn't get to experience him call me mom. I didn't get to experience his first steps, me teaching him anything. We didn't get to that stage yet, so I feel like that's the reason why I don't feel like a mother. I hate crying about it.
If you have to,
but it's something that you'll never get over. And sometimes it do make me uncomfortable when people call me a mom, or people ask me if I have kids, or even like around Mother's Day, like happy Mother's Day. I'm just like, don't do that. But I think now I'm starting to understand, like, I'm starting to understand how to embrace being a mom. And yeah, I didn't get to, you know, go through milestones and different things that a mother goes through, but I'm still a mom. And even though I didn't get to make the fun, tough decisions, I had to make, you know, those decisions of what he's gonna wear, you know, planning this service, and And ultimately, being the only one on that day that didn't cry, I was the only one with a big old smile on my face. And everyone was just asking, like, why? Like, you're so strong. But I don't know, I was just so proud that day. It's a lot, and it takes time to get, you know, over it. And you're never gonna stop crying, so don't even
Definitely. It's like
don't even try to, because you're gonna be crying about it. It's been like, honestly, I try not to count anymore because I feel like it was very detrimental to me. I don't even know what year this is. That sounds really bad. But I think this is year 5. It happened in 2018, so
that sounds about, yeah, because
this will be the 5th year. And you just learn, like, I hate when people say it gets better with time, because it doesn't. You just learn each and every day how to cope without that person being there, and it does get better, because sometimes I do laugh and talk and show videos and pictures. But I think now I'm so emotional because it's the first time that I openly admitted that I don't feel like a mother, or I don't feel worthy of that title. So I think that's where the emotions and stuff is coming from. But I just want to say, like, never take that title from you, because each child that we bear, whether we made it to the labor room or we didn't make it to the labor room, we're still a mother. We had to carry that baby for 9 months. We had to watch what we ate. We had to make sure we felt the kicks, and you learn different things about your baby and its person and their personality before they're even born. And just having that instinct with your child when you're pregnant, like, you can't give that away. So no matter what, you're always going to be a mom, and you have to walk with your head held high, because you did a good job. No matter what happened, nothing is ever our fault. Things happen, you know. God is always in control of everything, so God knows what's going to happen and things. So just take thing I like to do, especially with, you know, the whole scenario of losing my son, is it's always something you can take out of it. Like, always pray and ask God what was the reason, because he's always going to tell us the reason. He's never not going to tell us why, because it's not his nature, that's not his personality. So it's okay to ask those questions why. He will give you the answer, because I asked and I got the answer like the next day, because I was like, Lord, I don't know, we going to fight, like, what's up? But he's going to tell you, and just embrace that. Whatever the answer is, whether it's good or bad, just embrace it, because it's like one more notch on that belt. It's only going to make you stronger. Everything in life that we have to face is going to make us stronger. Yeah, it's not fair. Yeah, you know, I went through a phase of looking around me, and like, and I even asked, like, I don't know, I'm just I even asked, like, God, why did you allow, you know, ratchet people cussing their kids out and things like that? Why did you let, you know, their baby survive, and I was a good mom? Why didn't you let mine? Never try to get into that. Just always think of what was the lesson, and then you can share your story with other people, because it's not an easy thing to go through. Like, I had a friend tell me one time, she was like, you're lucky that, you know, your son passed away, and you never had to deal with his father again. And I'm like, no, baby, this is a different type of thing you never want to go through. Like, yeah, I guess sometimes I do be like, God, thank you for letting me dodge the bullet and I didn't have to deal with my baby's father. But at the same time, it just is something that I never even wish my enemy. So, like, all I just want to say is, you know, be kind and be open about, you know, your journey, whether, you know, your baby's still here or not. But also, for the ones that never experienced this, don't ever make that person feel like they're not worthy. Because I like to say, if you never wore those shoes, or if you never took that journey, you have no right to even comment on that. You know, I had plenty of people that comment on it, not on me, but I saw through, you know, social media and stuff, that they're always commenting on things. And my question is, have you ever been through it? Because you can't comment on something you've never been through. So never take away from somebody else's journey. Like, we're all moms, whether, you know, we were pregnant and we lost it, or our babies were here and we lost them, or anything that happens that result your baby not being with you now. Never think about it in that negative light. And that's pretty much just what I wanted to say.
When you said that you didn't feel worthy to be called a mom, I feel like a lot of people go through that because I went through the same thing. Like, it was so weird, like you said, when people ask, oh, you know, do you have kids? And it's like, I would say no, and then somebody would be like, no, technically, you know, you did. And I'll be like, I don't want to go through telling somebody this whole story. Sometimes it feels like it's a bit much doing it.
Like, how do you walk up to somebody, oh, do you have kids? I always say yes and no.
Right, right.
So then they're like, what? That don't make sense. And I was like, you know, my son died, you know, whatever. And they're like, are you okay? And I'm like, I don't want to get into it. You asked. It's just, like, what is the right answer to that? It's just so, like, how do you just walk up like, hey, my name is Ty, I lost a baby, that happened.
Like,
who does that?
It gets uncomfortable because you don't want to deal with like people looking at you like with such sadness in their hearts. Like, it's all right, it happens. But I was also mentioning in my last video that we may not, like, I remember going to the altar one day and the apostle told me you will be a mother to many, and I didn't understand what that meant at first, but then I realized there's going to be multiple people. Like, they don't even have to come from us, but they're going to be people like us together. We have so many children that we're involved. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you're going to somebody's still looking at you as your mother figure. Whether you that old lady down the street that got the candy on the porch, or, you know, popsicles, whatever that case is. You know, you got work moms and school moms and everything. Like, just because you didn't physically give birth to somebody, there's still people all over this earth that you're going to pour into, and they're going to still look at you as that mother figure. So I just wanted to encourage those people who may have a hard time conceiving, may have tried for years and feel like maybe I'm just not meant to be a mother. Maybe you weren't physically meant to birth one, but there's still so many people that you can pour into, and you can still be a mother to somebody. Like, being a mother doesn't mean that you have to give birth. It's just of and being nurturing to the people around you, and like that's considered being a mother. So I just wanted to encourage those people that may have feel that way or may have been going through that, because I mean, I understand it's a struggle. It's a struggle when it comes to, because so many of us want families and we look at family as one way, but it can be so many different things. It doesn't have to be what, you know, the world paints it to be. Like, it has to be a mother and a father and this many kids or that many kids, or you have to have kids, or like, who said that was the right way it has to be? You know, it can be a mother and a father and 3 kids that live down the street, but they love coming over to hang out with you guys. Like, they're not your babies, but they're your babies. So it's all at how you decide to look at it through your eyes. If you look at it one way, that's how you're going to see it. But if you look at it this way, well, I don't have any kids of my own, and I really would like some, but you know what? I have so many children that flock to me. Everywhere I go, they flock to me, and it's like, why are these kids so, you know, why are they so taken in by me? It's because God created you that way. You may not have any of your own, but there's so many of them surrounded by you, and they love you just like a child loves their mother. So it's the same exact thing.
And it's funny you said that, because I've always like would be like, oh, like, I really want another baby, like, I want, you know, what was missing. But like you said, like, all these, since CJ passed away, it's like I just, every time I go to school, or like I work at a high school, or every time I'm at church, they're always next to me, and I just be wanting to like get away from me, like, get away. But like you said, like, those kids will be attracted to you because they need something from you. So like, never be afraid to give out, because even when after ZJ passed away, I want to say it was about 5 months, a job opportunity came up, and at the time I was working at Target, and my friend was like, hey, there's this daycare, you know, they're looking for workers. And I'm like, I'm not about to go to no daycare. Like, I'm not doing daycare. Like, are you crazy? Like, I'm still dealing with ZJ. But I felt like I was pushing me to go do it. So I was like, okay, we're just going to go do this daycare. And I went in. And that was such a healing moment for me, because I was able to have a hand. I worked at the time when I first started. I worked with 2.5 to 3. So I felt like literally God was funny, because I'm like, you funny, because you know he would have been like, it was way after his birthday, so he already would have been like 1, or I think 2 actually, because it was 2 years after, something like that. So he was either going to be 1 or 2, and I was like, oh, funny, like, you put me right in here with all these toddlers. Like, I get to watch them, you know, grow. I get to teach them my name, like, and it's like anything I needed, he was always there to provide. Now that I think about it, so that daycare was really a healing moment for me, because I was able to give what I had as a mother, and to pour it out into those little babies. And now, like, the class that I had when I worked there last summer, you know, the little siblings are in there, and they're, you know, coming in, walking and talking. They don't remember me, but it's just so amazing to see that they grew so much in that year span since I you know, took another job and I came back, and I'm just like, I helped that, you know, I helped them regulate their feelings. I helped them, you know, be able to begin to use their words to talk to their friends. I taught them, you know, good words and nice hands and like all that stuff. Like I taught them these things. So it's just like, yeah, just don't try to hold it all to yourself. Even if you're in that waiting period of wanting to have a baby yourself, be open to, you know, kids and other things out there, because you're always going to find a way to get refilled, especially in that area.
Yeah, I definitely agree 100%, because I feel like after losing the baby, sometimes we can be so close-minded to like, and it may not even necessarily be being around, you know, kids, but I know when I lost CJ, it always sounds like we're saying the same name. She's saying CJ, I'm saying CJ.
See, his name was Zaire. It's so funny
like the same.
Because my other friend, her son is DJ, Vicky. So we're all like, wait, did you say DJ or ZJ? Like, I don't know. But yeah, all the J's. Right.
But I had I didn't have a hard time being around people that were pregnant, but like if I seen somebody that was pregnant, it like kind of always brought back memories, and it would kind of make me sad a little bit. So, and I know you kind of dealt the same thing with, you know, being around.
Hear a baby cry. Still, sometimes to this day, like I was sleeping in my grandma's house before I got here. I knew that it was messing with me a little bit because I knew I had to do this video. But I heard a baby cry, and it was just so irritating to me, and it woke me up out my sleep. And I said, really? We're gonna do this today. So sometimes it tries to like play with me, right? But yeah, definitely like when I hear a baby cry, and I mean like a constant cry, because when ZJ passed away, that's all I heard. I was waking up at 3 a.m. every night hearing his cry. So like when I hear babies, sorry, I'm a mess. When I hear babies cry, like that really like bothers me. But it's like, it's not like a constant thing. It's like a here and there type of thing. But I definitely get what you're saying. Yeah. It's like PTSD, little kid.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. It's like, I feel like it's just like I guess you could say it's like a trigger. Yeah. Like it's just a trigger. Something there that you didn't even realize was going to mess you up, but it kind of messed you up. And it's like, oh man, I gotta go think about this for a second, because this kind of got me upset.
And
but
that's
I mean,
also important to know your triggers too.
Yeah, definitely.
Because there was a time where I had to step away, because at that time when Zita passed away, I swear everybody around me was pregnant, and they all wanted me to be around. I'm like, you know, am I going to be around and make me suffer, or am I going to have to take a step back because I have to know what my triggers are? Yeah. So I feel like that's definitely important to know your triggers, and whoever's around you to let them know your triggers, so that way they don't feel like, you know, they're just triggering you all the time. You know, it's important for you to say that. No, that doesn't make you weak, that doesn't make you bitter, that doesn't make you ignorant because you don't want to be around, but there's some times where you just need that time to yourself to kind of pick up the pieces too. So
right, because you don't want to be out and about and then like you have a breakdown because it's just too much. Like we're human at the end of the day. We know ourselves, we know what we can handle, what's overwhelming, what's not overwhelming. So like she said, it's important to know your triggers, and it's just something that you can go to God with, because I mean only He has the power to help us heal and get through that situation. So if you feel like He's telling you, you know, take this time out, don't go. And if you feel like He's telling you, hey, listen, it's time for us to heal a little bit, let's walk through this today. It may be much, but it may be a bit much, but it's something that we got to work through together. Like just kind of just listen to yourself, because we know, and God is the only one, like I said, who can uphill us, because I mean, we're here, we made it. We didn't think we would make it this far, but we did.
No, I thought I was going to drown in sorrow. And another thing that my mom gave me super good advice, and I always try to share this, especially for people who's grieving. She told me one day, shortly after he did pass away, she was like, listen, the healing process is like a roller coaster. Don't ever think it's going to be something that's like linear. Like, you know, you're going to go through, you know, the loss, then you're going to go through the grieving and the anger. No. One day is going to be grieving, the next day is going to be anger, like you want to smack somebody, and then the next day you're going to be happy. It's never like, it's all over the place. But my mom said, whatever the day brings, just pray and ask God to give you the strength and to be patient with yourself, because that's important. So never think you're going to go through healing. Like, it's been 5 years. I'm still, as you can see, because I'm still crying about it. But it's like God shows me different angles of it So it's different, and it's also different angles of healing.
Yeah.
Like once you get through one hurdle, and then you gotta deal with the next one and the next one and the next one.
Right.
And I feel like that is probably part of my healing too. To know that I am a mom and to embrace it and to start being proud of that.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, my son lived his legacy. God told me that already. The reason why my son passed away is because he did what he was supposed to do.
Right.
He completed his mission.
Right.
And as a mom, I should be happy with that. Because he didn't have to go through, you know, this cold, cruel life and have to deal with things that I've dealt with. He literally was on a mission and he did not play and he got it done. And he back with God. And it's like, I got to get there too.
Yeah.
So it's like you always just have to be open-minded to everything. Especially if you're losing a child.
Right.
There's so many angles of it. It's just like,
really is.
When are we going to be done? But
Right.
I think I'm not going to be done like healing until I die. And that's just how it is.
It's going to be something that's always with you, because even me
Yeah.
now, and you know, I have a stepdaughter and 2 kids, and I still have moments where I sit and think and I go, wow, I missed the 2 I lost, and I never got to meet the first one, so I don't even know whether that was a boy or girl or what.
Mm-hmm.
And even with my son, you know, he was everything I wanted, because I wanted a chocolate baby, he looked like his old ugly daddy, and he was all of those things. So, you know, I think what hurt me the most, honestly, with losing him was the fact that he was a junior, and I felt like I took away his chance of having one. And that kind of, because honestly, Chris didn't want a junior.
No.
He was like, no, and I was like, we're going to have a junior. That he didn't really care. It wasn't like, you know how some men are like, no, I want a junior.
I'm the pappy.
Right.
It's going to be a junior.
He wasn't really like, it didn't really matter to him, but I wanted one so bad. And so when we lost him, I just kept thinking, dang, I should have never named him junior. Like, now you took away his chance. Like, that hurt me a lot too, just feeling like I took away his chance of, like, you know, having a legacy. So I was really upset with myself for that. But, you know, like you said, everything happens for a reason. You know, he's with God now, so I don't have to worry or wonder. I do sit and wonder what he would look like, and I always tell him, like, when I do have random moments, I'm like, please don't ever think, you know, you don't matter to mommy now, because I have too. I still love you, I still miss you, I still wish you were here with me, you know, and I'm just happy that you're there, like, you're watching over us, and I know you're safe. But I still have moments where I look back and I go, wow, I wish sometimes I feel like there's something missing. Like, it doesn't matter how many kids I have, I still know that I lost two, and that I'm going to always wish they were here with me. But, you know, there's a reason for God's, you know, his plans. And sadly, as much as it sucks, his plans led us to meet each other. Like, we met through us losing kids. And I'm like, it's crazy. I didn't think that
because when didn't we lose around the same time?
Around the same time, yeah, because mine was CJ passed in March 8th.
Oh, so my March 8th?
March 8th.
Of what year?
2018.
It was literally a week apart, because his was February 26th, 2019. No. Okay, so when but it was like a year. And then,
because I had Lamar. I remember, because I remember getting a call and saying Tiana's son passed away, and I stared at Lamar and I said, oh my God, I can't even imagine. So everybody's like, calling Asia, call me. No.
Everybody was telling me to do this.
What am I supposed to? Why would I? Because for one, I didn't know what to say. You were the first person I ever talked to about that. But I felt like our situations were different. So I'm like, how can I didn't meet my baby and hold my baby. Like, for one, I don't even think I held him, because I was out of it. So I didn't get to hold him. I told Chris the only time I held him was when he was in my stomach. Like, I didn't even get to hold him. So I was like, I don't feel like I'm even the right person to help her. How do I help her? Because I didn't like, we experienced the same thing but on different levels. So I didn't even feel like I was the right one to even talk to and encourage you. So I was like, what am I supposed to say to her? Like,
well, I mean, at that time, like, being honest, I was in the mode of like, if nobody been through it, don't talk to me. And that's just how I was at that time, because it's frustrating when people try to tell you how to grieve and you've never been through it. Like, how are you going to tell me?
I really hope that this video helps encourage somebody. You know, losing a child, it's not an easy thing to deal with, and I just wanted those mothers who may be experiencing these different things to know that you guys are still loved. You guys still deserve to be honored. You guys still matter on Mother's Day. You aren't any less of a mother just because you don't have a child yet, or maybe have lost one. And I understand that Mother's Day may be a hard day for you, but just continue to trust in God with everything and know that He sees you. He sees you, He hears you, and He knows what you're dealing with. So even though you may not have a child, just know that you're still surrounded by other people that you can love on, and that you can mother, and that you can nurture. So I pray that this video encourages you guys. Please feel free to comment. Please reach out if you guys have a testimony you'd like to share. If you've been through something, or maybe you know somebody who's lost a child and they want to share their testimony, please reach out. Because I just really want to help encourage those mothers and still honor you on Mother's Day, because you still deserve to be honored. So have a great day, have a blessed week. Please continue to like, share, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next video.